Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. This is the choose a main video for Hunter Nen Impact, recently released. And this is a 3v3 fighting game on PlayStation 5, on Steam, and on Switch for basically, the classic anime / manga series, Hunter x Hunter. And here you'll find a lot of the characters in the franchise. Myself, I'm now becoming mostly aware of a lot of them. I do have a podcast on the side channel, the rooflemonger Clips channel, where I'm going through the Hunter x Hunter 2011 anime. And I now have a good understanding of a lot of the characters in the show, although here we are to give you an understanding, a lot of the characters in the game. A lot of these characters are kind of standard versus fair, but then again, a lot of them do really weird and interesting things. And if you're a fan of some of the more, iconic characters of fighting game histories as far as versus game go, like say Dark Phoenix, maybe we have a Dark Phoenix for you in Bisky here. We'll see, but yeah. So we're going to be going through the roster here. I'll have timestamps. Leave a like for timestamps. Thank you very much. And we'll be going through everyone here. I'll be giving you a brief overview over just what everyone does and what everyone is capable of. So that said here, let's start with the main character. Let's start with Gon. So now our first character here, the face that runs the place, this is Gon. So Gon, he's a little boy. Lots of smaller characters, I guess what we would deem rats in versus games here. Lots of small guys, and his range is not incredible, although stuff like his heavy, he'll get a bit more range, but he's a smaller character with smaller range overall, but he does make up for it in other ways, like some of his command normals here. His fishing rod, it's got some intense range, as you can see here, about 90% of the screen, so it's not that he can't reach out and get you, right? But when it comes to just base normals, other than a few advancing normals, he doesn't have too much range overall. And here's the thing, too. When it comes to special moves, he has a special move. He has Zhanjian Ken stance, and Zhanjian Ken stance, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I haven't got to that part in the anime yet. That's it. That's all he gets for special moves. You hit your arts button and he'll go into the stance. And if you let it rock, he'll go into rock, the light version here. The thing is, it's actually fairly nuanced. For one, just entering the stance in and of itself does give him armor. So it doesn't happen frame one, although it happens very quick. But yeah, basically it will let you tank through stuff. So even though it's one move technically, just having armor out of the gate's really good. And so what do we get out of the gate here? We have light, which is a basic knockback into a wall bounce. We have medium, which is a crumple if it hits on a grounded foe. And we have heavy, which is basically a projectile. And if that was it, then, well, that'd be whatever, I guess, but there's more layers to it. You can also hit down on the buttons, and then you'll change the angles of these various moves. So now, okay, we have more to work with. And also, is air okay, by the way? So he can get a lot more ways to control the screen. And this is perhaps the most important of all, this has a perfect timing mechanic to it. So basic light, right? Wall bounce, which is good. And then the enemy will hit the ground and tech. If we have the perfect mechanic, so basically when you hit it right after that flash at the end there, right? You hit with the perfect mechanic, for one, you're going to do more damage. So normally you do 150. If you have the perfect timing, you'll get 180 damage instead. So you kind of have to wait for the last moment, like before it would naturally go off by itself. That initial flashes is like give you time to prepare. So if you get it too late, you'll get the regular damage. But the thing is, on top of doing more damage, the perfects also give more properties. Notice that Killua there, he didn't just bounce and tech off the ground like he did last time. Like here, boom, tech, right? If you get the perfect timing, it becomes a hard knockdown. And now you can combo from it, right? Like, and by the way, the medium version here, that OTGs. And then you can smoke them off the ground, or there's a lot of ways you can get in and juggle them otherwise, right? So getting the perfect timing actually matters quite a bit. And his combo structure is very loop friendly, like let's put it that way. You can just kind of keep this stuff going for quite a while, especially in the corner. And with perfect timing, more damage, more reps. So it's a simplistic move overall, but it's a strong move that's quite varied. So no matter what it is, even the basic fireball, at bare minimum, the basic fireball, if you get the perfect timing for the mechanic here, which can be difficult until you get the hang of it here, it'll just more like at bare minimum, you want more damage, but a lot of them get more properties as well. So that's what you're aiming for. But besides that, that's sort of going. Like, it's all about the stance. And as soon as we're done the stance, then we just get our supers. His base level 1 super is just a big old wallop. Although it's a wallop with a guard break attached to it. So notice the opponent is blocking here. So if you can bop him, it will guard break him. And say you got an assist here, right? The assist can hit him while they're guard broken. And then you can just kind of go and combo and do whatever else, right? So guard breaks are quite powerful in this game. You know, there is an end stance to help counteract it, but it's still very powerful. And most level 3s in this game are just like big damage, right? So you got some big damage. His does have a little bonus though. If it is specifically the final character for the enemy, and you are low health, you can get a different cutscene. So this is spoilers for the anime, I guess. I'm not this far yet. So I don't know what's going on here, but Gon gets all serious and things get a lot bigger, right? So this is basically what happens if you can finish the match like this, then it will just be cinematic like that. Which is good because this cinematic actually does more damage than the base level 3. It does 700 damage versus 500. So if you can kill with it, you will get more overall damage, basically. So that's nice. But that's Gon in a nutshell. Now, Killua, another small rat-sized character like Gon, although he does not quite have the range issues. Like, Gon has a couple moves, but Killua has got gigantic normals, like jump heavy, this giant yo-yo. He's got forward yo-yo for range, even like stuff like stand heavy. He'll move forward a pretty incredible distance. So even though, like, at least on his lights, he has very low range, he does have decent range overall, given what he has. And his moveset also helps with that a lot. He's got some moves that'll cover a lot of the screen, like just jump arts, jump special button. And this has Titanic range. Also is jump cancelable on hit or on block. So this is like a one-button combo starter in and of itself, which is pretty ridiculous. This is a very spammable move for sure. And besides that, he's got a lot of interesting things. Like, he's got big lightning bolt on stand arts, stand special move. It has gigantic hit stun. So the move will leave him in a kind of a stagger state. And they're in enough hit stun from that stagger state, you can just kind of follow up with whatever. So you can hit him from like pretty far away, and you're still going to get some sort of combo structure off of it. He also has the Zenai Ken elbow, fighting game brain. This is what I got to call it, right? Fatal Fury does predate Hunter x Hunter after all. So we have that lightning quick to say the friggin' least. And it will get faster yet in another move we're going to talk about. And back in arts is our assassin walk technique. Now this is interesting. So this is a stance, and he has light, medium, heavy options from it, and they're all quite strong. So this is light, and light is just a bit basic strike, right? The thing about this strike, though, is it will go into other special moves. So I can do this into my lightning bolt, and it will give me that same hit stun I can combo from that we showed off earlier, right? Or I can use this to go into my elbow, like any special move, right? So it's powerful in that way, and then medium is a low, heavy is an overhead, and like this stuff writes itself, right? The low is also cancelable into other special moves, and the overhead, well, it's just a straight up bounce. So you get a full combo. So either way, if they get wrong low or overhead, you are getting combos. So it's an inherent 50-50 mix engine, and the light is just mostly for if you already have them in a combo or if you just want to be a little tricky. So mix engine out of the gate. Low, overhead, guess for your life. Now he's got another special move, but it's only available once we're in his level 2. So let's just talk his supers real quick. So level 1, nothing special. Just big strike. Most supers are just there for the damage for the most part. The level 2, though, is where we get interesting. This is the install. And this is his walk speed now. So like, hey, gotta go fast when you turn blue, right? And it also changes your dash. And how does it change your dash? Oh no! Okay, that's how it changes his dash. So his dash now becomes omnidirectional, and it has a hitbox in and of itself. Take your worst Dragon Ball Fighters like Sparking Blast nonsense, and like, we are just cranking it up. This is full Sonic the Hedgehog now, basically. And that's his base dash, that's it. Just dash, it's a hitbox. And I'm just sort of noticing now he kind of has a Sonic run while doing it too. Well, whatever. that's for the purview of experts beyond me. But yeah, so this is just go crazy mode. And I'll also change things like his elbow special move. So it'll just give it like a mount and a hit stun that you can do any combo from. So that's kind of the big fancy deal. And of course, you know, we got a level 3 super as well. Mostly, you know, doing the assassin thing and just going all over the place. Big Zanaiken elbow. Andy Bogard would be proud. And this will also, if you notice here, because you are spending 3 bars, that's not cheap, right? It'll leave you in the install state. So you can kind of just do whatever from there. So you will get it. So you can either enter it raw, or if you want to do the level 3, you'll get the damage and it'll enter you into the state, although you have to hit, versus if you just enter it raw, it costs 1 less bar, and you can just kind of do it whenever. So Killua's a speedy boy, to say the least, and if you like mix, and if you like just being crazy, this is the guy. Okay, so now Leorio. Now we're on like more regular-sized human beings. So, once again, normals-wise, it's mostly kind of whatever. He does have a nice slide. The standout normally, at least as far as fun goes, Jump Heavy. Jump Heavy is active all the way. Like, it it literally only stops as soon as you hit the ground or hit the enemy. So if you like little wall of hitboxes, this is the biggest wall of hitbox you're going to get. But the thing about Leorio, as far as like a character goes, he's got very unique projectiles. In that he'll slam the ground, and this will change depending on the move, and then a bunch of projectiles will come out. And they come at very unique angles. As you can see here. So this is back and special button here. And you'll hit the ground 3 times and then 3 will go up. And yes, they can juggle into themselves, by the way. A lot of his combo structure will have a lot of these just comboing into each other non-stop. Like, you can just do this into this and like go into super. Like, it's a wild game and you can do a lot of weird stuff. And of course, as far as what's optimal, well, it's up to you. But yeah, the projectiles are the thing. So stand regular arts. This is a big wallop with the projectile, and the thing about this is it is armored. So he actually has a way to bully his way in. Like, that's a pretty good armor, knock the opponent down, and it's a combo starter in and of itself. Like, you can do whatever you want, as it's just a big old launch. And we talked about, like, say, back in the special button, right, big projectiles. Jump in special, also, a lot more projectiles to be found yet. This is kind of his deal, right? A very non-standard projectile game. Forward special is his knife, big old wallop here when it comes to the hits, and he does get a combo after the fact, by the way. So as long as you can hit the enemy, basically like light, medium, heavy, launch, do whatever you want to do. Down special is basically a uppercut into another projectile, and this also has some armor against jumping attacks. So think of it like a shoryuken, if you will. Basically, with the projectile, it's the easiest thing in the world to hit confirm into anything. If you land even like one of them, no matter how you land it, they're always going to juggle. They're always going to work out. It doesn't matter which one actually connects. Like even like this one here that has OTG properties, right? You're always going to get a combo basically. So it's very spammable. You can just kind of go berserk on a lot of these and get a lot of damage. His level 1 is more projectiles just all over the screen, right? Like, it's easy to go crazy. As far as his level 3 goes, it's mostly just big damage, right? Once again, most level 3 supers in this game are mostly for the damage, not so much the utility. And kind of Phoenix righty. It does cause a wall bounce and also a hard knockdown state. It does leave you close enough because it is a hard knockdown and you're allowed to OTG, right? So you could say go into your overgear after the fact and just keep the combos going, right? Like, because it's just exactly in the right range. So, very easy to delete people. Like, once again, these projectiles are ridiculous. Now, Kurapika is interesting here because he has lore mechanics. You might notice I'm losing health. I'm not doing anything. I'll refresh. Like, I'm losing health out of the gate because it actually matters which characters he fights. I actually just got to this part in the anime myself on the Going With the Wind podcast. Kurapika rather versus Uvogin, and he does not like the Phantom Troop. So if he's up against any character that's in the Phantom Troop, he has an install level 2 super, Emperor Time. So if he's up against any member of the Phantom Troop faction, then Kurapika will just automatically go into Emperor Time. You can't stop it from happening. So you will lose health. So before we even get to anything else, I guess let's talk about that, because a lot of matchups you'll just automatically be in it, and you have no say in the matter. So Emperor Time, basically what it is an install, right? And it's an install that gives you a permanent damage buff while you're in it. You'll just do 10% more damage across the board, which nice to do more damage. And also you will take 20% less damage from everything while you're in it. Now, naturally, you're losing health the whole time, so I don't know how the math is going to work out on that, but you do take less damage. Now, one benefit, at least, is this is all recoverable damage. So it's not permanent. As soon as you're tagged out, health regenerates very fast in this game for a tagged out character. So it's not the be-all, end-all. It's a mild buff, and you are losing health, but realistically, it takes a while for it to like add up of consequence. And, well, let's talk about the rest of his moveset. So if he's up against a not Phantom Troop member, then he's totally normal, right? And the thing about Kurapika specifically is he's got the range. If you're a fan of, say, Ghost Rider from other Versus games, Kurapika is very much the Eat Chain character. Like, this is just Jump Nen. This is like half the screen, launches in and of itself, like, a fully ridiculous move. Like, very easy to hit confirm into, like, any assist. Very easy to hit confirm into overgear, into a full... like, easiest thing in the world to hit confirm into, right? And stand, special move, stand arts, and jump down arts are also more chain. So his range, his control of the screen is really strong. Just all and all. So he plays very well with, like, very specific assists, because, like, stuff like Leorio, right, can create an off-the-ground effect, because that's a hard knockdown. And then, well, the combos kind of rate themselves because you can kind of just go for whatever, right? And the air chain is dash cancelable. So you can just kind of keep going afterwards, right? So the pressure is really strong. So besides that, say a forward special is a bit of a triple kick here. Huge, monstrous hit stun. So you can get like any combo of choice after the fact. Gigantic hit stun on that. And also, if they happen to be already airborne some way, some form, somehow, like say if you already hit them, then it becomes a wall bounce, so there's lots of utility. This is also air okay, by the way, just like many of his moves. He also can heal. So this is a bit of a unique trait here. He's armored while healing. To note, though, it'll only heal what is already recoverable health. If you have permanent health loss, it won't heal it. But yeah, you can see here, the healing's pretty big. Like, just to show you how ridiculous it can get and why it can heavily undo the damages of Emperor Time, especially if you are doing it against your will, fighting a Phantom Troop member. Okay, so here we are, right? We've lost over half our life with recoverable health. And for Kurapika, nah. Like, it's a lot. And once again, it is armored, so even if they know it's coming, like, they have to be kind of directly on top of you, because otherwise, like, the armor, like, whatever you take, like, you're just going to heal through with that hit anyways, right? So, it's might be something actually real to go for. I don't know. Like, healing's always so hit or miss in fighting games, but this one seems pretty okay. And he also has down arts, which is basically like a Shoryuken style move. No invincibility, just the angle, but it is dash cancelable on hit. So you can do whatever combo structure. And then we have the specials, or rather the supers. So Emperor Time's the big fancy one, right? Level 1, just big old chain hit. Level 3, much fancier chain hits. And like, it looks cool. Like, he's definitely whipping the hell out of you. Chains is a pretty cool weapon, but Emperor Time, that's his level 2. So normally you do got to spend bar on this, right? It's specifically if you're up against the lore accurate matchups, then all of a sudden he'll do it for free. Once again here, you get a small damage buff while it's live, and you'll also take less damage while it's up. You'll take 20% less damage. And once again with healing can like make it all go away real quick, especially because you're armored while healing, right? So that overall, like, it doesn't give you like 50 air dashes or make you move 20 times faster and like other installs, right? It's mild, the benefits of it, but also it's very easy to counteract the downsides, right? So Kurapika overall is like definitely the range character. You're bullying people at the just monstrous ranges a lot of characters cannot easily contest, especially once again, Jump Nen is ridiculous, especially because it brings them into you, right? But yeah, if you're looking for a more long-range character, and especially one with weird in-game lore implications, which is so rare in fighting games, I like that, actually. Maybe you might not like it, especially if it's a matchup you don't like, and all of a sudden you're losing health out of the gate. But if you're looking for something like that, then Kurapika is that character. Next up, let's talk Hisoka. So Hisoka's our evil clown, man. And he's interesting because he has the unique bungee gum mechanic. So bungee gum has the properties of both rubber and gum. You may have heard that one before. And if you have bungee gum attached, it's a big deal. Because at bare minimum, you can rip the opponent to you against their will whenever you want. Or say when you have it applied, you have various projectiles, it'll change all your projectiles into homing moves. Wherever the opponent is, it'll go in, and it even has to go like arc all the way backwards, it'll come in right at them. And you apply this with any punch-based move, and yes, it has to be a punch. So it can't be a kick, it can't be a slash, it does specifically have to be a punch. And once it's on, well, then it's on, and then the enemy's got to worry. Because there's things you can do besides that, like you can also, no matter where they are, home in on them as well, on top of just bringing them in against their will, or doing fancy projectile tricks. Because you can get pretty tricky with it, right? It's some fun stuff. So beyond that, so he has the mechanic where you can apply the bungee gum. He has a bunch of like very workable normals, a bunch of like quick slashes, like just the regular arts button will bring the opponent in for a quick slash, and that will just launch them in and of itself, so that's really nice. He has these projectiles that we mentioned before, so you can have base shot or an angled shot, or you can do it while in the air, and you can also hold them for more projectiles. They'll do 3 shots instead of 1. And once again here, if they happen to have bungee gum on, then it just becomes a homing move. And also, if you hold the arts button here, I just sort of gave that away, but if you hold the arts button and then hold any direction, he has effectively bionic commando movement. So any direction, and just let go of arts, and then you will move in that direction. So his movement is very free form, to say the least. Also has the Fist of Love, which is a big wallop, which does apply bungee gum because it is a punch-based move. And if you have the gum applied, then it'll have a follow-up for a dunk. And that dunk is a big old bounce. And you can definitely combo after the bounce, just FYI. There's just a lot of fun properties. Like, say, like the cards, right? The cards count as OTG OK. And if you have the gum applied, then you can get some, OTG combos. Like, I'll give you a very basic example. So basically like an ABC combo here, right? I'll spike him down to the ground, has gum applied. And then, okay. Lots of projectiles. It homes in because of the gum. It OTGs them. I'm in their face. Very basic example here. Obviously not necessarily optimal in any stretch, but just to show what you can do, right? The bungee gum is a very versatile mechanic, to say the least. And also, speaking of versatility, we have stuff like level 1 super. Maybe a little reminiscent of, say, Dante and other versus games. So you can use your active tag in, and while this is going on, you can just kind of do whatever, right? Because it's very active. And the level 3 is basically a big dumb damage level 3, right? Not too much nuance to it, but looks cool. Does apply the properties of both rubber and gum with the cards. But yeah, that's kind of Hisoka in a nutshell. You will apply bungee gum, you will abuse the enemy on multiple ways, because you can either fly towards them when it has it applied, you can rip them to you while it's applied, all your projectiles become homing attacks while it's applied, and create combo structure as well. It's all about landing the bungee gum, basically. So moving on to Netero. Netero has lots of command normals for one. Maybe it's Virtual Fighter brain here, but I see the elbow, I see the Tetsuzanko, immediately I think Akira Yuki, right? And we also have down heavy, big old stomp, which is an OTG OK move, by the way. But he's got some very interesting properties. One, he's got another stance-based character. And like some other characters, his stance startup is armored, by the way, so he can kind of use it to bully through certain situations. And we have multiple options from it. So stance light, and stance is just your arts button, right? So stance light is just a plain old wall bounce. So combo ability, sure. Stance and medium is a big old bouncing overhead, must be blocked standing. So another combo okay starter. Stance heavy is the online special, let's call it that, right? So you'll immediately quickly cross up depending on distance. And I mean depending on distance because at certain distances, it might be almost impossible to tell which side he's going to land up on, right? So it can be a very tricky, almost 50-50 move like that. And this is another wall bounce. You might notice these are all combo starters. So however you want your bounce one way or another, you're getting it. Wall bounces or ground bounces, dude will be juggling you off the walls. Forward and your arts button is also a projectile, short range projectile. And guess what? It also wall bounces. We're keeping the theme going here. And then we have back and arts. And this is the really fun one. So it's basically wherever the opponent is, teleports on top of them. So basically wherever the enemy is, it'll just teleport on top of them, which is good. But the thing is, you can do it off every special move. Like say that projectile, you can cancel it into the bounce, sure. And then start juggling the opponent. All these stance moves we talked about earlier, same deal. You can cancel all these into that teleport. So any special move can go into the teleport, and this is on hit or on block, by the way. So even if your crafty little mix-up gets blocked, you can just teleport and go from there. Now, it's not to say they're going to have no counterplay against it, but anything that is a special move can go into the teleport. So it's quite powerful in that way, hit or block. We also have down and your special button. This is basically strictly an anti-air. And like in the Street Fighter context, because this actually has partial air invulnerability. So you just see him jump, you bop him, and if it hits specifically here, it'll give a big old twirl state. So very easy to say cancel into the teleport, because once again, you can cancel everything into the teleport and just keep combos going. Special in the air, also basically a big old air dive kick. And stop me if you heard this one before, but it will wall bounce the enemy. That's the whole gimmick here. He's wall bouncing off everything, right? And then we have a very interesting move. So this is a negative edge move. So you have to hold arts for a while, not like just like 60 frames. You have to hold it for a while, then you let go. And then you get the big old bong here. You'll have a giant hand come from the screen. It is definitely another bounce style move, and you can combo from it. So it's a negative edge. You have to hold arts for a while, then let go. And it has to be for a little bit, because right there, I held it for like 3-4 seconds. That wasn't enough. So you have to hold it for a little bit. Thing is, it does come out lightning quick. And then, of course, naturally, you can just get like whatever combo structure from it, right? So that's kind of the downside, but it's very strong for what it is. And of course, you can be holding arts while you're doing like anything, right? You can be doing like basic hit confirm combos, land, and then do it, and then bounce them again. Like, so it's very easy to fit in the combo structure. You just got to remember to hold the button. Supers are pretty basic. The one thing to note, though, the level 1, he'll always try to gain space between himself and the enemy. So if you're like touching, he'll do his best to gain space against them, although obviously it won't work in the corner. And it will OTG as well. So if the enemy's in like a hard knockdown state, this will connect. And the level 3 super, once again here, most level 3s are just there for the damage. And big old death beam, basically he's doing cool guy stuff. I'm not that far in the anime, so I don't know the context, but definitely hurts. So, you know, lots of wall bounces, ground bounces, like easy combo structure with some unique traits. Has the stance with the gimmicks, and the fact that this armor is really nice. That sounds appealing. Netero is the character for you. Feitan. So Feitan's interesting here. He's our, you know, kind of like sword user, samurai user. I'm not that far in the anime. I've only seen him a couple episodes. He hasn't done anything yet, so I don't know how he actually acts, but he's definitely got the sword in the umbrella kind of deal, right? And that's actually one of the most interesting things about him. So this, like many other characters, this is stance first. And like many other stances, we got a light, medium, and heavy option. And this is like very tricky stuff, right? The light is a fake out, just teleport. There's like nothing to it, so you can just attack right after the fact. The medium is teleport fake out, so you have to kind of block the other way, basically. And that will crumple, by the way. So combo starter in and of itself, so that's strong. And the heavy, this is not an overhead, but it is a teleport on top of the enemy. That's powerful. So what's cool about stance is every special goes in a stance. So like forward and arts. So multiple stabs. And it doesn't give a combo in and of itself, but you can cancel any hit into the umbrella, right? So I can do this, umbrella, and then go save for that teleport for a small bounce. And after that bounce, I have down and arts, which is like kind of like a rising, you know, combo starter, sure. That has OTG properties. So I can do this and, you know, launch them up. But I can also cancel that first hit into the umbrella again, right? And we just kind of keep combo structure going like that. Because then I can cancel that hit in the fan and go for another hit and like just keep juggling over and over. So like everything kind of canceled and everything. And like the umbrella stance is the backbone of everything for the character. And you can get really tricky with it. Like say back and arts, right? So that's a upwards attacking move. That'll go into like a helm splitter move. And you can do another helm splitter move, just jump arts by itself. So then say with the fan cancels here, I can get the enemy, hit him, right? We will then do this, OTG, and then cancel on the fan again, and then we'll empty teleport. And then empty teleport to the other side, and then pick them up with the move and spike them down with that, right? Once again, everything's very free form and cancelable, because every special will go into the umbrella stance. The other helm splitter too, jump and arts, that also OTGs, so He's got lots of ways to create like OTGs and just more combos and like that. So everything sort of changed into everything. That's the idea of Feitan. Given that the move is called Trick Umbrella, like definitely a trickier character. Like his normals are sufficient. Nothing to write home about. Jump heavy is a very easy cross up, I'll say that. Because it's multi-hit, so it's easy to chain it all together. Maybe a little reminiscent of Zero, I guess, a little bit here with Pizza Cutter. Supers wise, level 1's kind of whatever, just big sword slashes. Is another OTG, by the way, so he's got a lot of OTGs. The level 3, though, is very interesting, because the scale is based off his health. Not your health, his health. So by itself, cool effect. Not that far in the anime, so I don't know what they're referencing, but does damage. But say I'm almost dead. If I'm almost dead and this hits, then you're almost dead too. It scales based off your remaining health. So now all of a sudden, look at the damage difference. Like it's almost a kill in and of itself, raw, right? And of course, being a level 3, it does have invincible startup as well, right? So, very powerful. And it does force a crumple too. So if you can dash in quick enough or use an assist, you can combo after the fact. And just kind of do whatever, right? And that is definitely a dead character at that point. It's very powerful level 3. Seemingly a good deal more powerful than a lot of the rest of them. So basically, he's one big tricky boy in a nutshell. Okay, now we get to Bisky. So Bisky's very... Like, of all the little characters with no range, she's got the most little character no range. Like, she can't even combo into, like, ABC launcher, because her launcher has such bad range, right? You want to do her down medium slide get in, by the way. So her whole thing is like, there's no point talking to anything else other than this. So she is the capital T, capital H, capital E install character in that she has big form and little form. And little form is mostly a joke of a character. The only thing it has over big form is it can air dash. Big form cannot air dash. But other than that, like it's all downsides. You have no range. All your moves are worse. Everything does less damage. Like, she exists to get to the big form. You are picking her to save your meter for her to get big. That is the whole reason she's on the team. And when she gets big, she's overwhelming. So one of the things out of the gate when you're in little form, you take more damage. You take 10% more damage on everything. So you're effectively less health. That's not good. When you're in big form, and big form is her level 2 and 3, I should say, you take less damage on everything. You take 15% less. So... you're effectively more health than the average character. Move properties also change, like say stand neutral, which is a big palm into a wall bounce, which is a pretty good move, right? So by itself here, you know, no, like why would it have armor? When you're big, of course it has armor. You do more damage when you're big across the board. And of course you have different special moves like neutral, special is the wall bounce, forward and special is a soft launcher, down special is another soft launcher, back special is a counter move. When you're big, all this changes because now you can chain specials together. So you can do it up to 3 times any special into any other special. So I can go forward special, neutral special, forward special. It won't even necessarily always connect, right? Like it depends what you're actually doing, but everything chains into everything else. And thus your combo ability also is much higher in there. And you can of course make unsafe moves safe because you can cancel anything into the counter just to end your chain early. Counter also will wall bounce as well. So you can kind of just do whatever. Like you exist to spend meter to go into big form. That is the whole reason for the character. And then once again, like stuff like this has huge range, has armor, creates a combo on regular hit. Like everything is ridiculous when you're big. Stuff like say her level 1. So it's just like kind of a punch rush super and does all right damage. If you're big, shocker, it will do more damage, unsurprisingly. And the property also gets a lot better. As level 1 will now turn into a guard crush. So it'll break the enemy's guard. Level 2 super just puts you in the state as we talked about earlier. And level 3 super will also put you in big muscle state as well, right? On top of giving the big hit. And this hits for pretty good damage. And fun story, when big form, her down art special, the kicks, is an OTG. So it creates situations where like you can scoop the enemy. Hits in the K at that point is going to be really maxed out, but it is there. It's an option. And with the right assist, I'm sure there's going to be a way to like really scam it pretty good. So basically, when you're small, you have no range. You do have a little bit of mobility because you're allowed to air dash, I guess, as a common trait. It's not like it's exclusive to her. But when you're big, your normals, your specials, everything gets like 10 times more range, does more damage. You can change stuff into the other stuff. You are a much better version. The only thing is, to access this much better version of the character, you need to spend at least 2 bars. That's the price to play. But once you're there, like, you're just superior in every possible measure. Like, this is a boss character. It just takes 2 bars to unlock. Now, going to Razor, I wouldn't normally call him a big character, but given the cast, half of them being small people, I guess in that context, he's a big character. And he's a volleyball artist. Also a master of just filling the screen with trash, as he has various summons that will just kind of go throughout the screen and just eat up a lot of real estate. So to talk about it, Forward Heavy is a basic projectile. And one of the things he can do is off any projectile, and this includes his other special ones, is he can enter a volleyball stance. And from this stance, a few things to note. You can do light, medium, heavy. Light is just cancel, because sometimes after you do a move, go into stance, you just want to cancel it. You don't want to commit to anything further than that, so you don't have to. And once again, this is off any projectile, right? Medium is a launcher, and this is just a classical style launcher. A few things to note. It does have armor for 1, and it will also delete projectiles for 2. So it's nuanced, it's multi-layered. And heavy is a rolling low. Now the thing about this is it will cross up the enemy depending on distances. So you can hit them with, like, you gotta block the other way low, right? Like, so it can be a little tricky depending on the distance, which side he's actually gonna hit. So if the opponent is locked down by various assists, various, project, like whatever, either nonsense or even his own summons, because that can definitely be a thing, then you can force a little bit of a guessing game. But yeah, so the big deal is the summons though. So Forward in Arts is a base projectile, and from that projectile, it'll summon one of his devils. And you can have one of each kind of devil on screen at the same time. So I can't have Forward and projectile devil more than once, but I can have a forward one, then I can have a down one. For example, the down one is a capture state devil, and he'll just hold the enemy, and he'll just travel for a good while. He's very active, as you can see. He's basically going to go till he's either off the screen or he gets you. So he's very powerful in that way. Back in Arts, different projectile toss, high angle versus the more normal angle, and the devils will shoot projectiles based off of that. And the devils will shoot projectiles now kind of arcing downwards and back upwards compared to the other angle we had before. And we also have jump, and the jump's an extra big boy, as you can see here. It will hit on the way down, and it will launch. And of course, naturally from that launcher, you can keep comboing as well, of course, naturally. So while this is all going down, you can just kind of fill the screen with a lot of trash, basically. Like, I guess you could low-key call him a summoner style of character. As far as the supers go, level 1 is kind of a basic hit. It is an OTG okay hit. And his level 3 will cause a hard knockdown. And basically, super volleyball hit, a much fancier version of the level 1. But basically, with regular projectile, the devil projectiles, you got a little capture state buddy. If you're just looking to fill the screen with like tons of trash, this is that character. Next up, we have Genthru. Very unique character, if only for his level 3, because it works differently than everyone else in the game. But first, start here. He's another taller character. And accordingly, he has some decent range on stuff like his heavies. But when it comes to stuff like his specials, so another, I don't want to call it a stance. It's a dashing move here, and there's multiple options from the dash. So dash light, so arts then light, is just kind of like a standard launcher. It is jump cancelable, so that is nice. The medium causes a stagger state, so you can just do whatever launchers from there. And heavy is a big old overhead. So you do got to stand block that one. Also causes a lot of hit stun. So it's another one where you can just get combos from. And like our previous character, Razor, he's a little bit of a summoner. So forward or back and Nen, he can summon the boys. And the boys will do various attacks while they're on screen. One of the things about the boys is they have an intangibility. Like, they will summon and like you can't really interact with them in a normal way. They just will do what they're gonna do. Although, if Genthru is hit before they do what their attack is, then they're not going to commit to it. But that said, if they begin their attack as he's hit, well, their attack is still going to go through. And you can call both or one. So back in arts is our dropkick boy, and that will wall bounce. And forward in arts is our launcher boy, and they'll just kind of pop them straight up. Their names are Bara and Sub. I'm not that far enough in the anime to see these guys, but basically you can just kind of fill the screen with a little bit of trash, right? And that's always welcome, because you can just kind of move forward and let them do the thing, especially because seemingly you can't interact with them directly. So they're just going to do what you're going to do, so you kind of are held hostage a little bit. And his jump arts is just a gigantic wall bounce. Like, it will wall carry you no matter where you are. So basically, summoner with a bit of a tricky stance, if you will. Especially because you can do stance nothing and then just go for like an empty low when you have to threaten the overhead as well, right? But now let's talk these supers. So the level 1 super's basic. It's explosion, causes a wall bounce, so good for combo ability. The thing here, though, is the level 3. So the level 3, by itself, what it does is it plants a bomb on you. It barely does much in the way of actual damage, although it creates like a stagger effect. So after the initial hit, you can just get combo ability after the fact. So I can like mash buttons and like I'll get stuff. So it doesn't do a lot of initial damage, but there's that, right? But the thing is, the bomb, if you will, and there's an icon for it. You might notice here by Killua's icon, you can see the little bomb. And like hitting me will not make it go away. And it's not timer based or whatever as far as I can tell. It's just there. It's just on you. So what makes that scary now is if you get a second level 3, and it does have to be a second level 3, you got to burn 6 total bars. But once you have 6 total bars spent, and then you hit them again, then it changes. So now by our powers combined, you know, the thumb promise, you just die. It's an instant kill. Like regardless of your actual health, you just die. So it takes 6 total bars. It's certainly not a cheap investment, but the first level 3 sets up the second level 3, and if the second level 3 goes off at all, you lose. Done. You do have to hit the enemy, so it's not free. You effectively have to hit him twice. Once to apply it the first time, and then the second time to make it go the second time on top of the 3 bars. So it's a large investment of meter, right? And it has to be another level 3. It can't be a level 1. But it's a large investment meter, but you just kill them. So an awful bunch of setup, to say the least. I don't have any advanced strategies for how that goes right now. I'm just here to give you the overview. But very interesting. At bare minimum, it's like being a summoner, just bringing a lot of trash on the screen is always nice, with especially with his little rush pressure move. A very interesting character. So Uvogin. Uvogin is the big boy. Bisky is also a big girl, but she takes meter to get there, right? Uvogin is Uvogin out of the gate. And when the big boy stuff, like, you know, big normals, definitely has a lot of gigantic normals, and lots of, like, well, just things you would expect. Like, does he have hell of super armor? Yes, sir, he does have hell of super armor, and on a lot of different things, too. Like, not just one thing. He's dripping with armor on everything. He can yell down projectiles, like, literally just scream at them, they go away. And also, that breaks armor, too, funnily enough. He also has like an Omni armor stance, just back and heavy. And the deal with this is whatever he armors through, he just like recovers immediately. So if you know something's coming with like a very fixed animation, you can just do this, hold the hand out, and then just recover and just crush him. One of the really strong things about his various armored suites is down forward heavy, the shoulder charge, is a normal, not a special. So therefore, you can cancel it into other things, like other normals as well. So that's really nice. And you're also allowed to say, cancel that into other specials or call an assist while doing it, because it's a normal, not a special. Normally you can't call assist while doing specials. So it's just very multifaceted. And speaking of other specials, like he's meant to be more the big bruiser, so he's not going to compete at full screen, but he does have a more ranged option with forward and arts. He's got a lot of ways to anti-air people. Back in arts will just rip them down to the ground. Down in arts is effectively like a Shoryuken style move that's also armored. And he will recover in the air before it's done, so he can bounce them down with a jump Nen and just keep a combo going. Jump and arts is also just a big dive bomb, which is also armored as well. So even if they see it coming, you can still bop them pretty good. As far as supers go, once again, we're just keeping the big boy trade going. Like level 1 super is a big wall bounce. And it is also a guard crush. And because the whole thing resolves very quickly, it is very easy to call an assist in, guard crush them, and the assist will hit them while they're guard crushing. The only way you really get past that is going to an instance immediately. So very powerful to break people's guard. Level 2 is a big old install, and he just gets a lot meaner and stronger. So for one, he'll now take less damage. He takes 25% less damage across the board while this is live, and he'll do more damage. He'll do 50% more damage. And keep in mind, all damage bonuses in this game stack. So say I have my level 2 up, and over here, and quick gear. You just kill people in 2 moves. Like, literally. All damage buffs stack. And 50% is a pretty good damage. Like, it's a lot of damage in and of itself. Like, that ain't nothing. Like, you're getting some okay damage off of this, right? Like, I dropped, like, whatever. I dropped still 50%. So, it can be scary. And it lasts a good while, too. Not a lot, but it lasts a good while. And, of course, big down level 3, like, big damage, as you would expect. Nothing too much to write about. It's like most level 3s in the game, just mostly there for the damage. But the utility off his level 1 and level 2 supers is really good. So if you're looking for the guy, lots of range, tons of armor, tons of armor, tons of armor. Just looking for, you know, the Hulk style character. Uvogin is absolutely the Hulk style character. So moving on to Kite. Kite's our zoner. No uncertain terms, this is the gun guy, right? Like, even jump heavy punch. That's a regular shot. Not even a special move. So he is our zoner for sure. Although he's got some fun traits that aren't just specifically the zoning. I do want to highlight that before we go full on into it. Like stuff like forward heavy. This is a command roll. And this is a projectile invulnerable as well. You can go and like, say like standing nan attack from there. And it creates some of its more interesting corner combo structure. Because you can just loop over and over. Like say stand arts. Your basic gunshot's a knockdown. And it's cancelable into the roll. And that's just a basic example, right? You can keep those going for quite a while. And that is a touch of death, technically, but didn't plan it. But regardless, just the way it works, as long as you use any kind of wall bounce beforehand, it doesn't really matter what. But as long as you wall bounce them beforehand, you can keep those loops going for quite some time. It's timing specific. There's some difficulty to the timing, but you know, practice makes perfect. And you can do it off a lot of combos where like you raw tag in as well. So a lot of people can set up the loops for him. So that's really powerful. But besides that, we mentioned loops. Okay, so yeah, zoning. So like basic arts is a gunshot that knocks down. And if it down an art, then it's an upward shot. Jump arts or gunshots. Forward and jump arts, different angle, down, different angle. So you got all sorts of angles covered. And once again here, jump heavy is also a gunshot too. So you can like jump heavy and jump arts cancel into each other just to keep the zoning extra strong. Back arts is a running away shot, which will leave you air okay for the next shot as well. So you can keep the runaway scams going even longer, stay airborne even longer. Forward and arts is just bonk you with his clown stick. I'm not far enough in the anime. I don't know who he is. His clown stick, and this also OTGs, by the way. And that's kind of long and short. Just hell of gunshots, hell of zoning. To note, though, he has a very powerful level 1. So for one, it's very quick, and it does crumple. So if you're close enough to the enemy, you can just combo them after the fact. And, funnily enough, you would think maybe like the zoner wouldn't have this, but it's also a guard crush. So if they block, their guard broken. So if you call in the right assist when you're breaking the guard, you'll get a free combo unless they're doing the Nen stance immediately. And of course, level 3 is, you know, big cinematic super as you would expect. Busts out that scythe again and does a lot of damage. Wait, if you're looking for another guy, just fill the screen with like all sorts of projectiles and various trash. Like, he's a dude for it. Now, Machi's a tricky character. She's very mobile for one. Lots of mobility, lots of stuff that puts her in the air. And she also has the ability to place webs on you. So various moves will do it. There's lots of ways to get it on there. But as soon as the web's on there, if she hits back and heavy, she can just pull you in. So similar to Hisoka, she can pull you in against your will. And this can definitely help for either neutral or combo structure. Like, not to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but just to show a combo where this is applicable. And there we go. It's definitely not the most advanced combo, but it's just to give you an idea, right? Because I had that state applied on the enemy, by the end of the combo, even though I send him flying across screen, I can bring him back in and then get an OTG with my level 1 super because left him in the hard knockdown state. So a lot of this all, works together. Now, to talk about the moves themselves. So your regular special, your arts, basically a dashing attack, and it applies the state. Many of the moves apply this state, where you can bring the opponent in, right? If you hit forward, it'll also put you in the air. And if you're in the air and do this, you actually have all sorts of different angles you can do it at, depending on the direction you press before you do it. So I can do this on the ground, like regular, as you saw there, will combo into back and arts, which is basically a trap projectile, where it'll just sit on the screen till either I get hit or the opponent runs into it, or after a while it'll go away on its own. So you can see here, like, stuff will combo into each other pretty well. I can see here, like, there's synergy here, because I can do that, then I can go into the aerial version, and then hit you, land, do it again, or do it in the air. Like, it all works together. And considering this move works on the ground, has an alternate version on the ground, so it's in the air, and there's multiple versions of it in the air, so she's a very airborne character. Down in arts, just does a cartwheel, and it leaves you airborne, so you're air-okay to do whatever you want to do next. So basically, hyper mobility and also a little bit of trickiness with the trap zoning, as you can combo into it very easily when it's on the screen as well, right? So you get to own a big part of the screen while also just kind of flying everywhere. The level 1, we already saw it, so it's just basically a big strike. The thing is, it does OTG, and it is air-okay. Not many specials are air-okay, but because she's so airborne, she's going to be in the air a lot. She can do it in the air. Fair enough. And her level 3, very evocative of like Rolento, I guess, is Street Fighter 4. It does crumple the enemy, though, as you can see there. So depending on where your hit stun decay is at, you definitely have enough time to like dash forward and tap the enemy. You might not get a lot of hits, but you can get something. At bare minimum for easy meter dump, because it's a crumple, you have enough time. You can just jump and then go for the level 1. And level 3 and level 1, you'll get some good damage, right? So if you're looking for a little bit of trickiness, some hyper mobility, and then, applying the state to the enemy and then forcing them around against their will, this is the character. Now, Chrollo. Chrollo definitely feels like a fighting game character. It's the best way to put it. Like, he's got his dive kicks at bare minimum, right? But let's talk about this. He has like a Rekka. So regular arts, just do a triple stab. And then, like many other moves that are like stances in this game, what you're doing comes up afterwards. So if you go for light afterwards, it's just empty cancel. You kind of dash, do nothing. If you go for medium, it's a staggerable hit. And yes, you can get hits afterwards. So if you get this and like hit confirm it, you can just kind of go in like whatever combo structure. And if you go for heavy, it's a leaping overhead. Now to note here, all these are heavily delayable. So this overhead you can do way after the fact. It can combo. It can naturally combo if you go into it right away, but it doesn't have to. So because all these are staggerable, it gives you like different layers on top of just, also one of the options being an empty cancel, right? So some tricky stuff. Forward and special, just big boot. There's a wall bounce. Back in special, more shenanigans here. Multi-kicks, this is not an overhead. This is blockable crouching, FYI, despite looking like an overhead. And this will OTG. So for whatever reason you got him bounced in a hard knockdown state, this will scoop him off the ground. The dive kick we mentioned earlier also is an OTG. And it does stagger on regular hit, so you can get combos from it. So a lot of stuff just flows into each other very easily, especially with down arts. It's sort of an entire no invincibility, but it does give you air actions after it connects. So say you hit it, you can like then air dash and hit them or whatever. So everything just bleeds into each other very easily, like an example combo. And there we go. As a basic example, it's definitely not optimal, but everything just easily flows into everything, right? Like he feels like a fighting game character, especially with full combos off dive kicks. And yes, that dive kick is an overhead, by the way. But the main event is not the usual stuff here. The main event is the supers. It's not the level 1. It's got these lovely fish, which will come into play later. But it's not the level 3. Level 3. We got some more fish going on here. And the thing is, it's all about the level 2. So level 2 is busted. This is indoor fish. So indoor fish, he'll summon the fish and they attack, right? And like, sure, there's a million supers like it over the years where like he can do stuff and you can't. Like, you know, he can move all the things attacking you. Sure, nothing crazy there. What is crazy though is it don't go away when he get hit. This is always going to be a threat. To that point, he can be dead. Death don't stop the fishies. They will keep attacking even after he's dead. So once the level 2's on screen, there is literally nothing stopping it. It is guaranteed. It is inevitable. These are some friggin' fish, man. So normally fighting game logic is something like this. It happens if I get hit as the player who did it, it goes away. Not only does it not go away, I can die. My partner comes in and he can combo from those. Those are some loyal fish, basically. They'll keep going no matter what. So as far as like level 2s go, not everyone has a level 2, right? And this may very well be the single most oppressive level 2 in the game because it just stops for nothing. It's super, super powerful. And if that sounds appealing on top of, you know, good fighting game basics, Chrollo's the guy. Now, next up we have Morel. He's got a big old pipe and it ain't for show. It ain't for show. Just to put it out there, he's got King Kong normals. He can hit you from basically most of the screen with almost like any heavy attack, right? And stuff like jump medium is super active. It's out there for a long time and actually can chain to other normals because that's the way the game works, right? So if you're just looking for someone who owns big chunks of the screen for free, this is that guy out of the gate before we even get to anything else. And he's got super armor, not one of the better armor moves, but he can flex on you very literally, right? If you know something's coming, he can stop it at the bare minimum. So besides some of these like gigantic, crazy normals, his specials, neutral special, neutral arts, just big old spin, launch, jump arts, sort of like a helm splitter style move, and it'll just go through the whole animation, so easy to tell if you got a hit confirm or not. Forward arts, just very long lasting, easy wall bounce, easy hit confirm as well. Like, it is no mystery if you got the move, and from there, just go into whatever. Also, a good move to active tag into. Since it's so active for so long, very easy to see what's going on, right? Because you can move around a lot while Morel is charging around, because this animation takes a good while. So already, okay, just owns a lot of the screen, very easy for setups and all that. He's also another summoner style character. So he can summon little buddies, and they will be active while you can still freely move around. That is back and down arts button. So back is a little punching genie, down is a little rabbit, and rabbit is an OTG, by the way. So basically, he's just really good at controlling the screen because he can freely move around after these summons are doing their thing, right? So if you like screen control, like this literally is the guy. And once again, too, like having a healthy helping of armor doesn't hurt as well. His neutral special also has armor as well, right? So he's a big bully character for sure. His level 1 will cause a wall bounce. And given the nature of the wall bounce, it's very easy for it to like kind of combo into itself. So if you're just looking to dump extra meters, that's an easy way to do it. And level 3, well, he's taking a crack of the pipe. So he'll summon a bunch of the genies, and most like level 3s, you know, hard knockdown, kind of bop you good ways. It's what it needs to be, basically. But yeah, not much to say, just big bully, big normals, has armor, has summons, controls a lot of the screen, and a simple button press, like lots to love here. And finally, we have Meruem. I'm not that far enough in the anime. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry. But yeah, so out of the gate, dude has range. Like, we got our little stabby tail here, and it works. So let's put it that way. It works. Stuff like down medium, like, is like a half screen sweep. Like, dude has tons of range. It's very easy to use and abuse. As far as special go, another character with a stance with follow-ups. And yes, the stance does have armor, although only a single hit, FYI. But from there, we have 3 options. Well, 4 technically. If you hit stance again, you just leave the stance. We have light, which is a bunch of downwards punches. This will be a hard knockdown and also OTGs off the ground. Medium, well, is more medium angled punches. And if grounded, will leave the opponent in such an angle where it'll be easy to get follow-ups, FYI. And heavy, well, launches them just kind of more straight up into the air. And naturally, because they're a little bit higher in the air, a little bit easier to get follow-ups after the fact. Now, the thing about this makes this very interesting is, you know, the attacks themselves are fine, especially because like medium and heavy are basically juggle starters in and of themselves, right? But they're also cancelable into other moves that he has that are specials. So say if the opponent's blocking or whatever, like you can do this. Oh, I got blocked. I'll go for, say, back special. So back special, it's not an overhead, FYI. I know it's overhead coded, but quick teleport punch will bounce the opponent. And yes, thanks to your very long range moves, you can combo after the fact. And the real moneymaker, though, is forward and your special button. So this, if you know your Darkstalkers, ow, 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 very John Talbani. So you can do this up to 3 times, and you can do this in all sorts of directions. So you can go up, you can go down, down, forward, like however it works for you, any angle. It's basically very coded for you to make it wherever you want it to be, right? Like say you go for a quick chain, and the opponent blocks. Well, since I did my punches, I can cancel into this, and I can cancel that again, and cancel away, and then try to make myself safe, right? Even on block, you're allowed to do this. Also, this is a good point to bring up his air dash. He has a very unique air dash. He has a teleport. He does not air dash the same as everybody else. And keeping with his aerial offense, his jump Nen attack is actually a dive kick. And this is a true overhead, by the way. And I'll leave a hard knockdown when they're grounded. And remember, Stance Light has OTG properties. So if you do it, you can just go right into stance and then combo after the fact. So, you know, nice that everything works together. And down and your arts button, big explosion, and this is also armored. So if you know what's coming next, you can easily armor through it. The armor doesn't start frame 1, but it happens pretty early on. So basically just a good grab bag of like range and like some very unique tricks. And also level 1, one of the better level 1s in my opinion, as it's a really good reaction check. This starts up very fast. You can catch people whiffing or starting up a special or doing something full screen. And considering there's no motions in this game, you know, it's just Nen and arts, you can reaction check people and just hit them with the beam full screen pretty as you please. Also, his level 3 looks pretty vicious. It also gives a hard knockdown. And the hard knockdown is really good because you're directly on top of them. So you can use, say, your stance OTG and just keep comboing right away. So very easy to combo into a level 1. Or you can just go into a burst right away and like whatever you want, right? Because they OTG directly in front of you. You got a lot of options. You can get a lot of easy damage after the high damage level 3 as well. So good grab bag of tricks. Don't know who he is. I'm not that far in the anime yet. But he definitely seems like Cell. But I'm sure it's probably on purpose. But definitely a cool character with a lot of interesting gameplay. And there you go, that's Choose a Main. So giving you a brief overview of every character in the game and what they can do and what they're all about. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, if you could leave a like, would be very appreciated. But otherwise, that's it. So we do have some DLC characters coming down the road. We got at least 4 down the road. Maybe more in the future, we'll see. But for now, that's it for me and that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well and go out and play some Nen Impact.